Previously on the Red Wing.
Utilizing 33 DSNY vans and 2 DSNY buses to transport shovelers where they're needed faster. And for those who want to do more to help your neighbors and earn some extra cash, you too can become an emergency snow shoveler. Just show up at your local sanitation garage between 8 a.m. and 1 p.m. tomorrow with your paperwork, which is accessible online at nyc.gov/snow, and you can get started right away.
I'm in front of 200 Varick Street in New York City, New York, and inside this building on the 10th floor is an office of the New York City Board of Elections. Now, I'm going to go in there and I'm going to pose as a non-citizen Canadian green card holder.
I'm a green card holder from Canada.
And I'm just going to see how far I can get in the voter registration process. So, let's see what happens.
So I talked to a gentleman before and he said he could help me with registering to vote. It's my first time. So what do I have to show you guys?
Everything you fill out, you swear in an affidavit that everything you're putting down is true, and that's it. Can I have a seat, fill it out?
Oh, got it, okay.
All right.
I'm a green card holder from Canada.
Okay, yeah, you gotta be a citizen. I wouldn't fill it out.
You wouldn't fill it out?
Yeah, I mean, you gotta be a citizen to fill it out.
Notice that he doesn't tell me it would be illegal to complete the application as a non-citizen, only that he doesn't recommend it. From here, things get even more concerning.
The reason why somebody told me that they were a green card holder and that they came in and then they submitted and they were good.
We can't stop you from submitting the application, and if it goes through, but most likely, because they don't do like a full background check, but once in a while, you know, we have people who come in here and they have legal situations and they registered, they weren't a citizen, boom, 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 so.
This is a storm coming today, and our mayor says that we need emergency snow shovelers.
If you'd like to sign up to be a paid snow shoveler, you can go to any DSNY garage from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. tomorrow on Sunday.
I saw that the mayor said that we were supposed to report for duty between 8 a.m. and 1 p.m. today for emergency snow shoveling.
Yeah, not yet.
Why?
No, it's not yet. I think the earliest that we can put you out there is 8 p.m. tonight.
It's $20 an hour.
I think it's actually higher now. I believe it's $30 an hour.
If I have a snowblower and I can do the work of 3 to 4 people, can I get paid more?
I don't think so.
I thought we could just tax the rich. Need 2 forms of ID? What happens if I only have 1?
You need 2 forms to sign up.
One from this side and one from this side.
It's so interesting because they want to tell us we don't need ID to vote, but we need 2 forms of ID to shovel, you know? Do I need to print the photos out? I have to print those.
Yes.
What if I don't have a printer?
You go to CBS.
Okay, thank you. We got here, our mayor said to show up at the garage at 8 a.m. I was just told inside that I have to come back at 8 p.m. and that my shovel is outdated, but they have another one waiting for me, new model. They're gonna hold on to it for me. I have to come back with the proper attire, 2 forms of ID, a social security card, 2 photos printed out, get paid $30 an hour.
Want people to shovel snow. They got hit hard. Want them to shovel snow, but if you apply for that job, you need to show 2 original forms of ID and a social security card. Yet they don't want identification for the greatest privilege of them all, voting in America. No, it's no good.
I appreciate all of the focus on our emergency snow shoveler program. I want to actually say thank you because part of the result of that is that we had more than 1,400 New Yorkers sign up for the first time to join that program just yesterday alone. And what we've seen is that emergency snow shovelers have been able to supplement the incredible work of the hardworking men and women of DSNY, where these snow shovelers have been able to clear more than 16,000 crosswalks, about 4,166 hydrants, and close to 7,000 bus stops.
Anybody who's seen this video is not happy. There's outrage this morning after the NYPD officers were pelted with snow at Washington Square Park.
It was a tense situation as cops were surrounded by people taunting them. Good Day's Dan Bowens shows us what happened. Dan, what's up?
Yeah, Jerry and Rosanna, we're going to get to that video here in just a second. But we have to tell you, police showed plenty of restraint as huge crowds threw snowballs and chunks of snow at those officers. They looked to de-escalate the situation by leaving Washington Square Park. But here's a look at the video. Yeah, not a pretty picture. Police initially called to the scene around 4 o'clock yesterday afternoon. Hundreds of people were in the park. They looked like they were kind of having fun, like a massive snowball fight. Police showed up, though, and people in the area were warned, don't throw snowballs at police. It's common sense, but they did it anyway, hitting the officers in the back of the head. The volatile scene had at least one NYPD officer holding up some pepper spray, telling people, get back. Well, Police Commissioner Jessica Tisch, she is Endowment Association, that's the detectives union. They said what we saw in Washington Square Park was not harmless fun. It was a deliberate, outrageous, dangerous attack on uniformed police officers. So far, no arrests have been made. A lot of people wearing masks there, so kind of hard to see maybe who people were, even if they have some of the video. And Jerry and Rosanna, we know that the mayor does have a news conference today at about 1:15. You imagine this is probably going to be one of the things that people are going to be asking about and looking for a reaction.
So he hasn't said anything on social media
I
yet?
haven't seen anything yet.
Because he's missed the social media.
Yeah, well,
he's got 1 o'clock. We'll see at 1 o'clock, Rosanna.
We're going to wait till 1 o'clock.
Let's wait until
Maybe
1
he'll
o'clock.
address it later.
He's got other stuff going on.
We got plenty of time.
Maybe he's working out the right tweet.
Yeah, I guess so.
Now, what I saw yesterday in these videos was a snowball fight that got out of hand. I believe that our officers, just like any city workers, deserve respect. And, you know, once again, I think these are the views that I've shared both kind of in public as well as in any conversations I've had.
So, Mr. Mayor, are you willing to revise your statement regarding the snowball fight, given that this was not exactly a friendly back and forth snowball fight? The police that were there were not throwing any snowballs. They were getting pelted themselves. And number two, have you considered or would you consider banning these crowdsourcing events because they can and sometimes do get out of hand?
So I'm not going to be banning snowball fights or organized snowball fights. I've shared my thoughts with New Yorkers, and I continue to believe that what we are seeing in this response, this winter blizzard, from the city workers as a whole, and that includes the hardworking men and women of the NYPD, is part of why the city is getting back on its feet, and I'm appreciative of that work.
By a wounded ISIS, by a wounded regime and government, and that's going to be a huge risk for my people inside Iran. I have family there. My parents, my brothers, my sisters, all my beloved people, they live there. But believe me, we don't want people like Zohran Mamdani or some of Americans lecture us about peace, about war, because this is a war being brought to us Iranian people by the Islamic Republic, by the warmonger Revolutionary Guards. And this is the moment that Europeans should join the US government, should join the Israeli government to end the Islamic Republic.
As you well know, not all landlords are as enthused about the rental ripoff hearings. I want to play a soundbite for you. This is from Kenny Burgos, who's the head of the New York Apartment Association, talking to New York One in an interview yesterday, and then I'll let you react to it on the other side.
I unfortunately don't believe many tenants are going to find resolution at these hearings, and they're going to voice their frustrations and again, be met with no resolution. This is an opportunity for the city to work with us, to work with property owners. And so these rip-off hearings are presented in a way to be a gripe session. I mean, the framing is New Yorkers versus bad landlords. So the mayor, to say in his press conference, this is simply to address New Yorkers with junk fees. I don't believe that when the flyer is literally posted throughout the entire city saying New Yorkers versus bad landlords.
And I guess, well, I get you to respond to that in any way you want, but I guess I'm particularly interested in the flyer, which says New Yorkers against bad landlords. I think some landlords feel like that framing unfairly vilifies those who, are generally doing the right thing.
Well, if they're generally doing the right thing, I wouldn't say that they're a bad landlord. I think the city is full of responsible property managers who are doing their best by their renters, who are collecting rent, treating their tenants with respect, and making sure that building services are being maintained. However, it would be, it is no secret that the city is also full of landlords who are not keeping up their end of the bargain, that there's, many, many tenants, you walk around the city and you hear people complaining about the disrespect that they hear from their landlords every single day. People are calling 301 regularly about interaction with their landlords. Some of the highest complaints that we get on 301 are about heat and hot water or about landlord harassment. So there is a problem, and that's why I want to think about what are the tools that the city has to make sure that we are adequately enforcing our rights, and that's good for both the good actors and it helps the people who are suffering when they live with the bad actors.
Both hearings are here, except if you're a NYCHA tenant. Our voices are being erased as our homes are proposed to be erased and privatized. Listen to CEA WEAVER from the Mayor's Office of Tenant Protection tell us that at an Elliott Chelsea Residents Association meeting.
We want to continue to have conversations. I think, we're still learning this role, right? All of us, and I want to have conversations with you all about what the communications have been like and how we can improve communication. But we are interested in continuing to move forward the plans here at Fulton Elliott Chelsea.
What are those plans that you
The subsidization version and the redevelopment of the building.
Yeah.
Oh, so you're going to
So you're down with them.
and all that. We want to make sure that your resident rights are protected
while everything is being demolished.
So we don't want to hear you.
Work for us. We don't work for you. It says of the people, by the people, and for the people. It don't say of the developer, by the developer, or for the developer. Y'all work for us, and y'all got to get that through your mind. This is a land grab. We have 4 white men in a room making decisions for us, and y'all need to stop this foolishness. Mamdani worked for us, the people.
No, he's not working for the people.
He's not working for the people. He's working for the damn developer.
He's not helping
He's not helping.
I'm very curious and congratulations on your new role.
What's your name?
My name is Ross Glick. I'm actually here for the hearing, and I was just doing some coverage and happened to see you. And last night, Donald Trump had mentioned his ban on private equity and large banks from buying up homes to make homes more affordable and to create more possibilities for middle-class people to buy. Are you happy with this policy? Do you think it's going to be a good policy? So do you think it's good, though, he's banning banks? Because that's one of your concerns, right? That banks and private equity groups are buying up houses. So do you like what Donald Trump is doing? Do you support Donald Trump's policy? Because it's aligned with what you're trying to do, no?
And I say thank you to everyone who is here, all of the elected officials at every level, all of the parents, all of the children, all the organizers, because frankly, you all together have made this day a reality. As the old parable says, a journey of 1,000 miles begins with a...
I'm sorry, I just had to cut in here for a minute because I just find it really, really odd that Kathy Hochul can just stand right next to Mamdani with just the most, fakest fucking smile on her face, as if this motherfucker did not just threaten to put property taxes on all of New York City unless she gave him his fucking wealth tax to try to pay down the fucking $5 billion budget gap. This motherfucker just threatened you, and you're running for re-election, and you're just standing there on stage like everything is all fucking hunky-dory and shit. Politicians are such fucking phonies, I swear to God, but let's continue.
Single step. We are not taking that first step today in March of 2026. Many of those first steps were taken back in October of 2024, more than 15 months ago, when people across all 5 boroughs put on sneakers with good lumbar support, wrapped themselves in layers to protect from the late autumn chill, and did their part to make the impossible possible. Neighbors knocked on neighbors' doors. Parents spoke to other parents. People spent their precious free time after work and on weekends, gathering petition signatures on street corners and passing out literature at subway stops. And you did not do this work because anyone enjoys climbing up 6th floor walk-ups. You did it because you held a vision of a city that worked differently, that worked better. You did it because you believed, just as I did, just as more than 1 million New Yorkers did, that we could make a dignified life in New York City a little easier to afford. And that raising a family didn't have to mean scouring Zillow listings in the suburbs. When a promise is made on a campaign, like the promise we made to deliver universal child care across the 5 boroughs, it often does not feel real to New Yorkers. Many expect promises made by politicians to be broken or abandoned, and for good reason, they so often have been. But as the governor said in the rally where we announced the agreement that made today possible, the era of empty promises is over. Because what we are here together to announce today, my friends, is very real indeed. Beginning this fall, we will provide 2,000 free childcare seats for 2-year-olds in 4 different parts of our city. We are launching free childcare for 2-year-olds in Washington Heights, Inwood, and Hamilton Heights. We are launching free childcare for 2-year-olds in Fordham, Belmont, Van Cortlandt Village, Morris Heights, Norwood, and Kingsbridge. We are launching free childcare for 2-year-olds in Canarsie, Remsen Village, Brownsville, and Ocean Hill. And we are launching free childcare for 2-year-olds in Ozone Park, South Ozone Park, Woodhaven, Richmond Hill, Howard Beach, and the Rockaways. This is only the beginning of our efforts to deliver universal childcare across every corner of the 5 boroughs. And as we roll out this program, we want to get it right, to ensure that every family can access childcare, that providers are supported, and that when fall 2027 comes around, we have the infrastructure in place to provide free 2K to approximately 12,000 children. What we're rolling out today is for parents of 2-year-olds in the neighborhoods that we have listed. It covers the neighborhoods that I've said, as well as parts of other neighborhoods that are covered within the school districts the chancellor said. All that is required is that parents live within that school district, no matter the amount of money they make, the occupation they have, their immigration status. So long as they live there, they can apply. The application process will become open sometime in early summer. And then next year, we will be announcing additional neighborhoods and school districts that this will apply to. It will extend beyond these sets of districts. And one thing that I can tell you for certain is that it will also extend into Staten Island.
I'm sorry, I just had to cut in here for a minute because I just find it really, really odd that Kathy Hochul can just stand right next to Mamdani with just the most, like, fakest fucking smile on her face, as if this motherfucker did not just threaten to put property taxes on all of New York City unless she gave him his fucking wealth tax to try to pay down the fucking $5 billion budget gap. Like, this motherfucker just threatened you, and you're running for re-election. And you're just standing there on stage like everything is all fucking hunky-dory and shit. Politicians are such fucking phonies, I swear to God. But let's continue.
This is a directive that within 5 days, every single agency head has to identify a chief savings officer. And then within 45 days, those officers have to come back to us with a full assessment of the savings that could be pursued, the efficiencies that we're currently seeing, and the programs that frankly need to be sunsetted or are not effective.
Okay, so go ahead, put your John Hancock on that. And that will become officially an executive order as of this moment, right?
Yes, this is now an executive order, the first to be signed on Pix 11.
Wait a second. This sounds familiar. Didn't Elon do this? Yeah, with Trump earlier on in Trump's presidency. Yeah, I think it was called the Department of Government Efficiency, or DOGE. Interesting. So it's okay if they do something, if Democrats do something like this, right? But it's not okay when the South African and the evil orange man wanted to do this to try to cut spending from our government. But it's okay when Mamdani wants to do it to try to cut spending from New York. Oh, God. Fucking Democrats, man. I'm sorry. I thought the city was broke, but apparently Mamdani wants 70 million taxpayer dollars on 5 government-run grocery stores, 1 per borough. He's reviving his campaign fairy tale of a public option for produce he swore that would just cost $60 million. But skip rent and taxes and poof, right? But here's the kicker. It drops when he sobs over a $5.4 billion deficit, but he wants to twist Albany's arm to tax the rich as he floats nearly a 10% property tax hike. He slashes library funding by $30 million in one of his $127 billion budget. Insiders and Democrats call it pure limousine socialist nonsense, especially that sneaky feasibility study cash. EDC says that the $70 billion is strictly for construction, wink wink nudge nudge, but radio silent on operations or the billions they'll hemorrhage for long term. Classic. But that's all the time I have for y'all today. But remember, New York, until next time, you voted for this.